Whenever you want to.
Welcome to Canterbury Cathedral. I'm so glad you're with me today. Actually, you're very lucky. We've got some musical accompaniment today for your tour through Canterbury Cathedral. Oh yeah, no one cares about this music being played in this place. No, not anymore. It used to be a holy place, and now people just come in and talk and do whatever they want. So anyway, Thomas Beckett, you might have heard of him. I'll start with that story since probably you're all here to hear that one. Thomas Beckett, he lived in the 12th century, and he was the Archbishop of Canterbury. Many of you probably know that he fell out with the King of England at the time, King Edward, and he decided he would go to France and spend some time there, probably drinking coffee on the Champs-Élysées and maybe going to the Eiffel Tower or something like that, you know. And so, there we have him sitting here in the coffee place, or maybe the King of France. And but after a few years, Thomas Beckett decided, it was time to return home because he missed the southeast of England, you know, probably the weather. I'm not too sure. And so he decided to get up and leave France and go back to England. So he goes back to England, and the King of England knew that he was going to return. Everyone knew about everything in those days, and he decided to send 4 knights, the 4 most vicious knights of the kingdom. And the 4 knights. Yes. And the 4 knights, they waited for the Archbishop to return to Canterbury, and so he came back, and he didn't go to any of his favorite restaurants. He went straight to that cathedral. So he goes into the cathedral, opens the gates, and before him stands this magnificent place we're standing in right now. You must imagine how back in the 12th century this was real architecture. This was godly, heavenly. And he decided to go up the aisle and kneel down on the steps of the altar. So he kneels down. He kneels on the steps of the altar. And, he started praying. Well, most of us would probably, if we had known that these knights were coming to slay us, we would have, picked up our bags and then went back to France. But no, this guy was different, you know. He had faith. He believed that God made him kneel on those steps and pray. And 4 knights, they came marching in. And they saw Thomas Beckett just lying there, praying. They walked down the aisle, and they took out their swords. But in the story, some say that they could not stab Thomas Beckett. Something divinely intervened, and they just couldn't move. So they stood there, listening to Thomas Beckett pray. And then, the first of the night just jabbed the back. And the second one followed immediately, and the third one followed again immediately, and the fourth one, and there were four swords stuck in Thomas Beckett's back. And he died. And it was quite tragic, I must imagine. It was quite tragic, but he became a martyr, and the great thing, I'll show you in a minute, we've got a corner in the cathedral dedicated to him, and there's a candle that's on the altar, you know, always glowing. So I guess death did come in quite handy, for us at least.